Hey guys, it's your girl Tammy, and a viewer just turned me on to Onision. Um, I must have been under a rock. For anybody that knows who this person is, I don't. Never watched a video. I think I've seen some drama channels turn around and talk about this person, but knowing this person and watching their videos, I have not. Honestly, I was told that this person is pretty much a manipulative a-hole. And so, you know me, I can't resist the a-holes of YouTube apparently, because I also follow Amberlyn Reed and Chantel Marie, and at times they can be a-holes themselves. So, this is a very raw react, because this is the very first video of his that I have ever and watched. So, let's see if it's something or someone I would care to watch further.
Warning. Hey, there's this incredibly stupid thing on the internet where really dumb girls hold up signs explaining why they're against feminism. You people are so fucking stupid. And this is me explaining not only why some girls are against feminism, but why you're a total fucking moron for being against feminism. I don't name feminism because I'm not a delusional, disgusting, hypocritical man-hater. I respect men, and they respect really. You're not only gonna blindly generalize multiple times, but you're also going to assume that men just automatically respect you. I'm a man and I don't really respect what you said. Because guess what? You wouldn't have the right to vote without feminists. You wouldn't have the right to divorce a man without feminists. You wouldn't have anything near equal pay as men without feminists. For all we know, women would literally be treated like cattle without feminists. Is this how you want to look? You want to be walking around the streets with only a little bit of skin showing? You really want to be treated like property? You want to be born into this world destined to be sold?
So far, I kind of agree with him. I'm not a feminist per se. I really am not a political person, a religious person per se. But I did see a video as I was scrolling through some of his videos to do a reaction to. I did say one where he was very critical of feminists. So, which is it?
Off to the highest bidder? Is that really what you fucking want? Because in our history is the overwhelming tendency for women to be oppressed. And when someone is oppressed, they need someone to stand up and say, this is fucking bullshit and it needs to change. It's very difficult to do that.
This video just made me think of, I don't know if any of you guys watch The Handmaid's Tale or have read the book. If not, you got to do it. That is a very political, religious, driven show, and it makes you think. And speaking of feminists, in this world that they create, Gilead, it's pretty much like the old, before women really did have rights, where they didn't want the women to read or write, because they didn't want them to converse secretly with one another. And they were trying to keep women oppressed, and they were using surrogates, which are the handmaids, to have children, because most women at this time were barren. And it's, it's a very scary idea that this could literally happen again in our future, and it's happened in our past, in our history, and it really draws a lot of conversation. And so if you haven't watched it, definitely give it a view. I mean, I've been watching it from the first season, and I am hooked. it just, like I said, it draws a lot of conversation.
Without feminists. 14 women say they don't need feminism, aka 14 dumb motherfuckers. I don't need feminism because I respect all humans, not just one gender. It's not about females being better than men. It's about women having the same rights as males. How does that not register in your brain? Is it that feminists have been fighting so hard for so long that you've finally gotten so comfortable with the lifestyle these women earn for you that you no longer appreciate it like some
Also, this invokes the suffrage movement when women were fighting for rights for themselves to be able to vote and be on a higher plane as men and be looked upon the same as men, as humans. So far, I agree with him being a woman. But then again, this is my very first video of his that I'm watching. Apparently, from the info I've been given, I got to do a lot more research into this person.
Boiled fucking brat that was born with a silver spoon in its mouth. This is August 18 this year. Gender pay gap. Female bosses earn 35% less than male colleagues. Obviously, there's a huge fucking problem here even today. People who do the same job with the same quality and effort deserve the same fucking pay. Doesn't matter if they're a girl or a boy. So to reduce this pay gap that still exists today, who are you going to rely on? This chick holding up a sign ignorantly protesting feminism? An idea that exists to fight for the sign holder's very rights? Ladies, if you're going to hold up a sign saying you're against feminism, I beg you, do it with a burqa on. At least then you would be honest.
Okay, Onision, this is where I'm kind of disagreeing with you. Is there is a thing in our history that gives us the right of speech and gives us the right to think and say what we feel. And this is why you're able to say and give your commentary on YouTube, is this glorious right of speech, freedom of speech. Dig it? So these women, yes, you may not agree with them. I may not agree with them. Viewers may not agree with them. But then again, there's probably viewers that do agree with them. And you know what? All viewers agree that everybody should have freedom of speech. That's why I'm able to say what I want to say on YouTube. I can give my opinion, my reaction, and my raw thoughts on things. All because our forefathers gave us the right and freedom of speech.
About your real position. To all you morons who are too fucking stupid to look up the definition of feminism before you make one of those asinine signs full of ignorance, this is the fucking definition. The advocacy of women's rights on the ground.
Again, you're just being blatantly rude and you're calling these women morons because they're expressing their freedom of speech. That's like me calling you a moron for calling them morons.
Of political, social, and economic equality to men. Not superiority, you fucking morons. Equality. So when you sit here like a fucking jackass opposing your own goddamn human rights, you don't help anyone. You just hurt yourself. So congratulations on punching yourself in the fucking face. This whole anti-feminism movement is for complete fucking idiots. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. So many women simply don't understand how life was before feminism. I seriously have a hard time believing.
Okay, I understand, and you know, a lot of it is education, and a lot of people voice their opinion on their education, their morality standards, and myself included. I was raised probably different than everybody else was raised, and the next person, and the next person. Therefore, we all have different, we all have different views of human nature. We all have different views on life. We all have different views on religion, politics, so on and so forth. And you're picking on a group of people that believe in this. And you know what? I believe in the right to believe in what you want. I've even raised my children to believe what they want and to pursue things. I have a daughter that is into I don't even know the word for it right this second. Sometimes I'm stupid and I can't remember things, but it'll come to me. But anyway, she follows her own religion. I never even had her baptized because I wanted her to, as an adult, to have the right to choose what religion she wanted to follow, unlike myself, where I was baptized Catholic. And I grew as I grew and had my first 3 children. That belief had totally changed for me. Where when my son, I wanted him baptized, my 3rd son, in the Catholic diocese, because I wasn't a churchgoer on every single Sunday schedule, was pretty much refusing to baptize my child Catholic. And myself, my family, my husband's family, my husband were all Catholic, and I felt I was very naive and uneducated to religion, and felt that I needed to have my child baptized Catholic because I went to a Catholic school and I learned what the Bible says, that a child is born with original sin because of Adam and Eve. Now, believing this, which totally contradicted my thoughts on Catholic religion, was that every child being born with original sin, God forbid they should pass away. Does that mean that they directly go to hell because their original sin was never washed away? So that got me to do thinking that the Catholic Church, or at least the Catholic Church that I had gone to, not speaking of all Catholic churches, your church might be different, but it made me believe that it was more financially driven and that they wanted somebody in church to do the donation every single Sunday. And, I, at that time, believed in God, and I believed in the Catholic religion, and I wanted my child baptized. And that's when I started to think about all different religions and the core focus and the core beliefs of all religions combined. And I believe there's a higher being, whether or not that you call them God, you call them Yahweh, you call them, whatever. I believe there is this, big being, but I don't know what to call this person. I just do believe in it. And guys, don't start clocking me in the comments or, the likes, dislikes, because that's my opinion. I'm not trying to throw my opinion on anybody else. Like I'm saying, everybody has the right to believe what they want. And politician, political or religious. I mean, and even in this, in feminism.
Society today. We're acting like a bunch of fucking spoiled teenagers who have had everything handed to us. And what do? We turn towards our ancestors, the people who came before us, metaphorically our parents. And we say, fuck you for being so caring, so considerate, so loving towards me, for sacrificing yourself for the sake of my advancement in this world. Because I'm an ungrateful, spoiled piece of shit. And I'm so stupid I don't even realize by holding up this sign, I'm begging for things to go back to the way they were before feminism existed. So I ask you this. If you are going to be so goddamn stupid as to oppose your own gender's equality to the other gender, do not vote ever again, because without feminists you wouldn't have the right to vote. You oppose them, that would be hypocritical for you to vote. Do not accept a paycheck that is equal to your male co-
Okay, Onision, another thing is I also raised my daughter to, like I said, to believe and to follow what she believes. And, because she was born, our forefathers, that's before even feminism started. Our forefathers gave us the right to, again, freedom of speech. So I wanted my daughter to fully express her freedom of speech, her freedoms of thoughts, and so on and so forth. And, in our day and age, yeah, there's a big feminist movement, and whether I agree or disagree or am neutral to that thought has no bearing on my daughter. And my daughter chooses to be that 50 style housewife that stays home and takes care of children. And yes, she does have dreams of education and furthering her education and doing college and so on and so forth. But she believes in the man being the head of the household. Like I said, whether I agree with her or I don't agree with her, she's my child, and I embrace her freedom of thought, her freedom of expression, her freedom of speech. So, you know what? I support any person that expresses their natural born rights. And Onision, you are pretty much telling these people they have no right to express themselves. But you know what? You're expressing yourself quite evidently.
Workers. Refuse it and say, no, I'm against feminism. I want to be paid less. If you ever marry a guy and you want to divorce him,
that's not what they're saying either.
If there were no one fighting for women's rights, do you really think you'd have the ability to divorce someone? You're stuck with him because in your ideal world without feminists, you don't have the right to decide who you're with. No, in this crazy, bonkers, anti-feminist, fucktard world, you're some kind...
I can see the very controversial nature of this person. And I am definitely, just from this one video, definitely interested in his thoughts on other things. And so, yeah, I'm going to be watching other videos. And you know what? If I find a topic interesting, yes, I will definitely do a reaction to it.
Of inferior creature who only exists to serve rather than live as their own independent entity. So why are some girls against feminism? Because they're fucking stupid and they have no idea what it was like before feminism. We are not robots. We are not slaves. We are Banana Nation.
Alright, my very first toe dipping into Mr. Onision. My thoughts, I think I pretty much expressed them throughout the video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you like this topic and this type of video. If you don't like this or you don't agree with things that I'm saying, like I said, this channel is freedom of speech. You have the right to express that. Give it a thumbs down. If you're interested in this topic and you would like further videos, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell for each and every upload that I submit. And have a great day. And you know what, guys? Men, women, transgender, whatever you are, you have the right of freedom of speech. And don't let anybody tell you different.